A 30-year-old man, still clinging to his childish beliefs, lives under the delusion that staying a virgin until the age of 30 will grant him magical powers. Because of this belief, he never allows himself to get close to any girl. But when his 30th birthday finally comes, he discovers that the whole idea was nothing more than a silly rumor. Realizing this shatters him completely, and then, out of nowhere, his heart begins pounding uncontrollably until he dies. Yet the story doesn't end with his death. In the very next second, a miracle takes place, and he finds himself reborn in an entirely new world. Unfortunately, this new world also brings disappointment because magic doesn't seem to exist here either. Not even his father has ever heard the word magic, but he refuses to give up. If he could be reborn, then magic must also exist somewhere. At the age of 6, during his constant search, he comes across something unusual, something that feels close to magic. Through an experiment, he discovers that powerful, intense emotions can trigger magical energy. In his first test, he confesses his love to his sister, and as his emotions spike, a bright glow forms around his body. His sister gets angry at first, but eventually forgives him. More tests confirm that not only love, but also joy, excitement, and happiness can activate magic. For now, though, he can only make his body shine. A month later, he continues exploring. He learns that magic requires a strong emotional trigger, but keeping that emotion steady is tough. A person can only enter the magic state a few times a day, and once their magic energy runs out, they become exhausted. The more someone uses magic, the greater their magic capacity becomes the next day, like training a muscle. Those without magical potential can't even see it, while those who do possess potential can see and even feel heat when touching it. But this wasn't enough for him. Wanting to go further, he tries directing magic into his hand the moment he feels happiness. His hand glows, but it's still nothing more than light, no actual use yet. One day, his father decides to visit a nearby town, and the boy gets extremely excited because he finally gets to see new places. Along the way, he spots a strange shop labeled elves, but his father doesn't explain it. His attention quickly shifts when he learns that goblins in this world are terrifying creatures that make people tremble just by hearing their name. His father, being a skilled swordsman, becomes alert and gathers the village's young men to hunt the goblins. Meanwhile, the women and children are hidden on the second floor of a house. The boy assumes everything will be fine, until a goblin sneaks into the house. Its sharp red eyes search for humans. When it finds no one, it becomes enraged and starts smashing the place apart. Those hiding upstairs try to silence their fear, but soon another goblin breaks through the front door. For the first time, the boy faces real danger, yet with his adult mind, he forces himself to remain calm and signals everyone to stay quiet. As the goblin approaches, fear spreads among the group. Suddenly, a mother steps forward to shield her children. The goblin roars, but the boy quickly grabs a sword and rushes to help. When the creature gets closer, he catches its arm, though this alone does nothing. But then he senses something strange, magic energy flowing inside the goblin. Without thinking, he tries activating it. A burning light bursts from his hand, incinerating the goblin's head and arm. He shrieks, collapses, and dies. The boy stares at his hands, stunned by what he just did. When he looks around, everyone is gazing at him as if he's some kind of monster. But then a girl, his friend, holds his hand and tells him, "You saved everyone." Their relief doesn't last long, because his mother is badly injured. With no real doctors in this medieval world, he improvises a plan. He asks a village girl skilled in sewing to assist and uses whatever medical supplies they have to perform surgery. Even the doctor is shocked at how expertly it's done. When his father returns, he reveals the goblins aren't just a small group but a massive horde near the village. And he's even more shocked to find the surgery already completed. He can't believe a child did it. When everyone confirms that his son performed it, he confronts him, asking, "You're just a kid. How do you know all this?" The boy stays quiet, unable to reveal his past life's memories, simply saying, "It just came naturally." This worries his father, who warns him to stop experimenting with magic. In this world, anyone with unusual powers is in danger, and their entire family could suffer if anyone finds out. But the boy has already decided he won't abandon his quest for magic. Seeing his resolve, his father realizes that trying to stop him is pointless. He sets one condition. If the boy continues experimenting, he must report everything to him regularly. The boy agrees instantly, taking another step toward mastering magic. But magic isn't easy to develop. While he can use a basic form, creating offensive spells is difficult, so he turns to experimenting with natural elements. One day, he discovers that with enough energy, blue flames ignite around his hand. Not ordinary red fire, but magical blue fire. Still, he's unable to turn it into a projectile. While he continues searching for new techniques, his older sister reveals an unexpected truth. She can use magic too. Even a local knight knows this ability. The boy is shocked they never mentioned it earlier, but they assumed he already knew. With his sister's help, he learns this technique and begins new tests. Eventually, he tries creating fire magic using a flint stone. It remains basic, but for the first time, he manages to form a controlled fire spell. He calls it Fire Light. But aside from fire, his attention shifts towards something else. Lightning magic. To use lightning magic, he requires a rare lightning or is a stone capable of capturing lightning itself. Yet it's so dangerous that most people avoid it entirely. With help from his father, he gets his hands on one and channels his magic into it. The moment his magic touches the lightning a flash of red lightning bursts out. This shows him that magic isn't limited to burning. It can also store and absorb natural elements. Realizing this, the boy becomes convinced that no one has ever witnessed magic's real potential. But one issue still remains. How can magic be shaped into a projectile? One day, while he's occupied with his new experiments, his sister suddenly disappears. When he searches for her, he discovers her secretly training with a sword. Watching this, he understands that ever since the goblin attack, she's been broken inside and now wants to conquer her own weakness. He also realizes how absorbed he's been in his magic, completely ignoring her feelings. Yet, she holds no anger toward him. Her frustration is with herself. By this time, the boy has seen many forms of magic beyond fire and lightning. Another essential aspect of magic is its shape-shifting nature. Previously, he believed magic could only form spherical energy blasts, but now he understands it can take any form, as long as his imagination can guide it. While applying this new idea, he encounters a weaponsmith, his father's friend, who has come for an important task. After listening to him, the boy is struck with a fresh idea to push his research forward. The weaponsmith explains a strange behavior of lightning when two pieces are placed close together, they release a blinding flash. Hearing this sparks a new concept in the boy's mind. He begins experimenting by refining the lightning once refined, the ore's nature transforms. It turns into a new substance he names thunder alloy or lightning metal. Unlike normal metal, this one retains lightning properties. But as his experiments progress, he notices something odd. The elders in his house are whispering about it in secret. They worry that if these magic discoveries leak outside, not only will the boy be targeted, but the entire family could suffer greatly. They fear the world might try to imprison or kill him if people learn someone is creating magic. The boy now sees that having magic as a powerful tool doesn't only make it useful, it also makes it dangerous. Soon after, he hears something shocking. He may not be his parents' real child. This revelation hits him hard, because until now he believed he existed in this world for the sole purpose of learning magic. But the deeper he dives into magic, the more he realizes his place in this world is connected to a larger story. While dealing with this, he begins focusing on water magic after mastering fire and lightning. But water proves to be a completely different challenge. When he channels magic into a lake, nothing happens. Then a thought occurs to him. If magic in this world behaves like air, can he gather moisture from the atmosphere? During this experiment, his hand first becomes slightly damp, and as he expands his magic range and focuses more, a small sphere of water forms. The two girls with him are stunned. They, too, attempt to learn these new magical techniques. The boy is thrilled to discover a new element, although he senses that magic research is entering a much tougher stage. He realizes experiments alone won't be enough. He needs real combat testing. So he decides to join an adventure guild to officially face monsters. But he needs someone experienced to recommend him, so he goes to the weaponsmith. Just as he starts understanding the guild system, his father arrives. Everyone is stunned, because his father is a diamond rank adventurer, the highest rank possible. People can't believe someone of that level came only to vouch for children. But his father understands his son's resolve and chooses to support him. Their first mission is against monsters called kobolds. They attack in groups but individually aren't too dangerous. His father eliminates most of them, giving the boy's team room to practice. The boy tests his new spell. One hand compresses magic while the other boosts its output. When combined, they create a massive explosion that wipes out several monsters. But right as he celebrates, a fast-moving monster charges at him. His sister and friend leap in to protect him. Together, they defeat several monsters, but the battle drains their stamina. Seeing this, his father calls everyone back home. Later, while resting, the boy hears an odd sound from a basement storage room. When he checks, he discovers a large birdcage containing a beautiful pink-haired fairy. She's terrified of humans, but when he frees her, she cautiously flies out and disappears into the sky. Before leaving, she gives him a deep, meaningful gaze, as if leaving behind a hidden message. After this event, his sister and friend start growing stronger. His sister alone defeats 20 goblins in one battle. Now both girls, at age 12, appear physically powerful. But soon, something unusual happens. His sister develops strength far beyond an adult's. This might be a side effect of magic, and their father becomes worried that things could take a dangerous turn. One day, while everyone is working, the sky suddenly darkens. Thunderous red flashes cut across the clouds, and a strange heaviness fills the air. Right after that, his sister collapses. When he brings her home, she briefly opens her eyes, but they are completely blank. She reacts to nothing. Then, a friend mentions a mysterious new illness called sleeping syndrome. The boy learns that no one who fell into the sickness has ever awakened. The household sinks into despair, but his father refuses to give up and decides to take her away for treatment. During their journey, something bizarre happens. A bright crimson light appears in the sky, only visible to the boy. Soon after, a ghost-like creature emerges, releasing a horrifying scream that only he can hear. His father hears nothing. The boy quickly uses a lightning lamp, and the creature vanishes instantly. When they finally reach the doctor, the scene is far worse. The entire building is filled with children suffering from sleeping syndrome. The doctor reveals that every victim has lost all of their magic energy. This implies the illness is not merely physical, it's tied directly to magic. Now the mystery deepens. The disease, the ghost-like beings only magic users can see, and the vanishing of magical energy. None of this seems like coincidence. His father brings the issue to the city's most powerful individual, the Duke, second only to the king. The Duke already knows of the boy due to his father informing him about the magic experiments. He also understands that the disease and the monster attacks are part of a larger threat. People in the city are dying from ghost-like entities and plagued by sleeping syndrome. No one has found a cure. The boy proposes an idea. If the disease drains magic, maybe injecting magic back into the victims could revive them. But this dangerous theory must first be tested on monsters. The Duke agrees and sends a medical team and combat squad with the boy. The group is unusual. A doctor who thinks he's just a child, a dedicated warrior princess, and a scientist so shy his voice barely reaches anyone. Their first target appears, a goblin warrior, far stronger than a normal goblin and usually found deep within goblin nests. How it ended up here is a mystery. When the princess attacks, the goblin easily throws her back. The boy tries lightning and water, but the damage is too weak. Then he thinks of using water to conduct lightning. He drenches the goblin with water and immediately sends a lightning strike. The goblin collapses instantly, and the princess finishes it off, proudly mentioning that her homeland faces threats far stronger than goblins. But another question now rises. Since the goblin is dead, what creature will the boy experiment on? To uncover a cure for sleeping syndrome, he must find a living magical being or a patient who has experienced this magic-draining effect. If you want to see what happens next, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.